Ferrari has just gone full offense against their competition. And by full offense I mean poaching employees, designers, and even copying certain upgrade parts to make sure the next era of Ferrari dominance is right around the corner. And these hires and upgrades are primarily hurting Mercedes and Red Bull, who are losing employees to the Prancing Horses. Could we see Ferrari challenging for the title soon? Let's start off with those new key hires and changes within Ferrari. Ferrari has hired Jerome D'Ambrosio, previously Toto Wolff's effective deputy at Mercedes, to be its deputy team principal and head of its Formula One driver academy, while also confirming the hiring of former Mercedes performance director Loic Serra as its new head of chassis performance engineering. Former F1 driver D'Ambrosio fills the void created by Laurent Mekies' departure to become RB team chief ahead of this season. Mekies, as sporting director, had essentially served as Fred Vasseur's deputy at Ferrari. Both D'Ambrosio and Serra will begin employment at Ferrari on October 1st of this year. After finishing his racing career, D'Ambrosio served as first deputy team principal and later overall manager of the Venturi Formula E team. His formal duty at Mercedes was to oversee the company's young driver initiative. However, his arrival in early 2023 was designed to provide Wolff with a devoted right-hand man following James Vowles' departure to run Williams, and there was even speculation that D'Ambrosio might be Wolff's long-term successor. Instead, he departs the team after just one season and, despite being believed to be joining Ferrari as its new driver academy head, he takes on both that duty and the deputy position alongside Vasseur. Both of these appointments just confirm what has been known in the paddock for some months, but this doesn't reduce the importance of the decisions. In Serra, Ferrari gets hold of a highly respected figure from Mercedes, who is well thought of by Lewis Hamilton, Ferrari's star signing for 2025. However, this does not imply that Hamilton's arrival had any impact on Serra. Ferrari was originally connected to the former Mercedes performance director about a year ago, so this has been a long time coming. So if anything, Serra's looming departure pushed Hamilton to leave Mercedes. D'Ambrosio was drafted in as a right-hand man replacement for Vowles, but he had no public positions. As a result, the world simply saw him as someone standing next to Wolff in the garage. Undoubtedly, he had more to accomplish, but his position was always ambiguous. It appears that Ferrari will have a more defined mission for him. Since Mekies' move to become RB team principal, there has been a gap in Vasseur's assistance, and the Ferrari driver academy requires more attention than Jock Clear, senior Ferrari engineer, and Charles Leclerc's driver coach can provide. These are crucial positions for D'Ambrosio to take. If he can make a significant contribution on the sporting front, and Serra has the technical effect that he has been credited with at Mercedes, these will be two formidable additions to Vasseur's Ferrari. The two will also be reunited with Lewis Hamilton when the 7-time Formula One winner joins Ferrari in 2025. But, and it's a big but, Ferrari could also deal a major blow to Red Bull by finally signing the departing Adrian Newey. It would be Ferrari's 4th attempt to sign the star designer, but he has always regretted working with Hamilton and at Ferrari, so it would make sense that the 4th approach is the one. The last time Ferrari tried it was in 2014 when Ferrari CEO Luca Di Montezemolo admired Red Bull and Newey's achievements and made Newey an amazing offer to join the organisation. "Luca wanted to give me the whole Ferrari operation, road and race car," Newey claimed. The promise was of an almost film star lifestyle and the most ridiculously large financial offer, well over double the already generous salary I was receiving at Red Bull. However, Newey admitted, "I just didn't want to leave Red Bull." He remained with them, and the team returned to championship-winning ways in 2021. After 2 more title doubles, they are once again leading both championships. However, Newey's achievement, along with the opportunity to manage their RB17 roadcar project, was clearly not enough to keep him on the team anymore. And while Red Bull was eager to highlight Newey's wish to take a break after over 20 years with the company, the timing of his leaving is noteworthy. He will become a free agent at the start of the following season, allowing him the chance to design a vehicle under F1's new 2026 regulations. Naturally, Ferrari has not stated if it is attempting to obtain his services. However, many of the variables that formerly separated these two enormous F1 brands no longer appear to apply. And with team principal Frederic Vasseur acquiring the services of Mercedes employees like Serra, D'Ambrosio, and even Lewis Hamilton, the most successful driver in Formula One history, as well as the support of a big new title sponsor, it's no surprise that many believe the stars have finally aligned for Ferrari and Newey. And if you think that all these enormous changes would be all for Ferrari, you're wrong. As Vasseur is not only thinking about long-term changes, he also wants to make a further impact on this season. This need for impact has resulted in Charles Leclerc working with a new Formula One race engineer from Imola onwards after Ferrari revealed that Xavi Marcos has been replaced. Marcos has been Leclerc's race engineer since joining from Sauber in early 2019, having previously worked as a factory-based mechanic for Carlo Santi's predecessor Kimi Raikkonen in 2018. This came after longtime Ferrari driver instructor and acclaimed racing engineer Jock Clear worked to install Leclerc's engineering team for his debut season at the Scuderia. But last week, Ferrari confirmed that Marcos would stand down as Leclerc's engineer beginning this week and leading up to the Emilia-Romagna GP, as Xavi is being transferred to concentrate on other important company programs. The move comes after a number of tense team communications between Leclerc and Marcos in previous years, many of which stemmed from arguments about Ferrari's racing strategy selections following a number of botched tactics decisions during the team's title contending season in 2022. What are your thoughts on all these personnel changes? Will this make Ferrari a better team? So, whilst Ferrari is set for numerous personnel changes, there is also an upgrade battle going on for this season, and Ferrari is set to debut a big package this weekend in Imola. This was not just motivated by financial constraints. Ferrari understands that in order to compete with Red Bull, you must be willing to take risks. The technological strength demonstrated by the 676 project is already evident. The team's triumph in Australia solidified their progress towards its 2024 challenger. However, the hardest part begins now. The development conflict will only worsen throughout the rest of 2024. Ferrari already unveiled and tested the big improvement package during a filming day at its Fiorano test track on Friday. Centered around a change in philosophy for the side pod and engine cover bodywork, the rest of the SF24 will also undergo a transformation, as the team looks for ways to apply pressure on Red Bull and stem the flow of the threat now posed by a resurgent McLaren package. Ferrari, who switched to an underbite side pod intake at the start of the season, is now using an overbite design, similar to the type we saw Red Bull use in 2024. While Red Bull has been able to reduce the size of their horizontal intake, Ferrari's approach is slightly more spacious. Meanwhile, the vertical bypass duct beside the chassis has been combined with the primary intake to create a single bigger inlet, similar to the configuration found on this year's Alpine and Mercedes. As a result, the bypass duct's exit alongside the rear leg of the halo is removed, and the layout of the winglet housed here has changed, with a cobra-shaped vane now presiding over the region. The outboard wing mirror stalk has also been lengthened to improve airflow over the upper surface of the side pod bodywork. The general form of the side pod's bodywork has also been reprofiled, with a more generous undercut now present, allowing Ferrari's designers to rethink the shape of the side pod's flank and alter its waistline cut to better fit the floor beside. The sheer enormity of these outward alterations will probably necessitate the team repackaging the SF24's internals, with radiators, coolers, and other power unit ancillaries being relocated and/or completely reworked to fit their new home. As a result, the engine cover has been modified, with the louvered panel originally located on the shelf-like part of bodywork replaced by a bigger, single exit in the middle of the assembly, and the rear section pinched in to allow heat to be rejected. Ferrari may have been able to drip feed some of these components onto the vehicle in China and Miami, but the team is aware of the risks associated with the sprint weekend structure and the limited testing available during those events. Choosing to provide this full upgrade package at Imola should mark a significant step forward for Ferrari, as it will have more time to examine and appreciate its impact. This should also help the team prepare for the next portion of the season, if there is a strong link between the real-world behavior of these new parts and what its simulation tools projected. What do you think? Is Ferrari setting up a super squad that will dominate the upcoming years? And could these upgrades make them even title challengers for this year? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.